Hi everyone, this is William from the Headphone Experience, and this is my July 2025 update. Actually, it's pretty near the end of July. I believe it's the 29th today, but I wanted to give you an update. I got some new equipment in and wanted to let you all know about it and let you know what's coming up in the near future. I want to start with a video I did about 3 weeks ago, and I'm sorry it's been 3 weeks since I've done a video, but I've been just crazy busy with my lawn care business. I think I got 2 days off in July, and I spent both of those days working on equipment. So just been super busy. Hopefully things will let up a little bit and I'll have some time to do some videos. So anyway, about 3 weeks ago, I did a review of the Meza Poet headphone. And if you saw it, you know I wasn't exactly crazy about it. And I was a little disappointed because about a month earlier I reviewed the Meza Empyrean 2 and really liked that headphone. In fact, I loved it. So I guess I was expecting the Poet to sound similar, but it didn't. It sounded to me kind of like a cross halfway between the Meza Empyrean and the 99 Classic, which is a headphone I reviewed several years ago in my very early days as a reviewer, and kind of liked it then, but I'm not crazy about it anymore. So anyway, I didn't give the Poet a real good review. I didn't say it was a bad headphone, but I said it had a lot of weaknesses. Well, obviously Meza wasn't real happy about my review, and we talked about it, and we considered the possibility that maybe the headphone I received was defective in some way. So instead of passing it on to the next reviewer, Meza had me ship it back to Romania, where they're going to inspect it and see if it sounds the way it should, because my opinions did not match up with some of the opinions of other reviewers. So I'm curious as to why that is, what happened. So anyway, and I told Meza if they feel that that headphone was defective in any way or not working properly, I would be happy to do a new review and post a new video, an updated video. So I'll leave that at that. I've got two new headphones in this week. The first one I wanted to show you is the Kennerton Veneta. And this retails at $3,277 US. This is one of Kennerton's newer high-end headphones, and I've reviewed a lot of Kennerton headphones in the past, but it's been probably, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 years since I reviewed a Kennerton headphone. So really happy to get this in, and I can tell you already with just a few hours of listening, I really like this headphone. Okay, and then yesterday I got another headphone in, and this one I hadn't even heard of or the company. This is the, I've got it written down somewhere, this is the Aurorus Audio Borealis, and kind of a unique looking headphone. It's a dynamic driver, open back, but it has no grill on it, so it has an unusual look. And I forgot to mention that the new Kennerton is a planar magnetic. So anyway, this headphone came in yesterday, and I've only had a chance to listen to it for about 15 minutes, but I've got to say, I'm very impressed with this headphone at this point. The sound, I was kind of blown away. It sounds much better than I was expecting. I didn't know what to expect. I hadn't heard of the company or the headphone, and this headphone retails at $899. And I'll tell you right now, this is probably going to be a strong competitor in the under $1,000 class. And there's some heavy hitters in the under $1,000 class now. So anyway, I'll try to get my first impressions out on both of these as soon as I can. I also just got in a few days ago, maybe last week, the iFi Audio Zendeck 3. And I did review the Zendak 1 several years ago, 5, 6 years ago, and I do still have that for comparison. So I'm going to try to get a first impressions out on this soon. And then I've got one more item that isn't here yet, but it's on its way. And it's a CD transport, and it is the new Prime CDT 8 Pro. And it's not a player, it's just a transport, but I've been in need of a new CD transport for a while. My Cambridge Audio, which is about 15 years old, is kind of, it's giving me a lot of problems, a lot of glitches and all that. But I've got to admit, like I said, it's about 15 years old and probably has thousands of hours on it. And it has served me well, but it's time to retire it and look for something new. Okay, I still have some first impressions to get out that I haven't had a chance to do yet, and I think I mentioned these in my last update video, the June update video, and that is the JM Audio XTC2, and that is the carbon body open back, and it's the 300 ohm version, and I'm going to try to get that first impressions out very soon. I'm going to probably try to make that my next video. And I also have not yet done the first impressions of the Hi-Fi Man Isvarna. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Isvarna. It is a closed back hybrid headphone from Hi-Fi Man that uses both a dynamic driver and a planar magnetic driver. The dynamic driver is actually a subwoofer, so kind of a unique headphone, and I'll try to get my first impressions out on that soon. I've still got some full reviews I need to do and get out, and the primary one I need to do is this amp sitting right here, the Ray Samuels Audio B21 Raider. And I've had this for a couple months now, but I've got about 2 weeks until I need to send that back. And no, I cannot afford to buy it. That amp sells for $12,500. So unfortunately, I can't hang on to that any longer. And this, of all the things I've had to send back over the years, this is going to be the hardest of any of them. I love this amp, but like I said, it is just not in my budget to, even at a reviewer's discount, this amp isn't in my budget. So anyway, so I've got to get my full review out on that in the next 2 weeks. So that'll probably be my next full review. I've also got a full review of the Hi-Fi Man Susvara Unveiled to do yet. The FIO K11 R2R combination amp DAC, the FIO FT5 headphone that I did my first impressions on like 4 months ago and just haven't got around to doing my full review of that. Just so many things have gotten in the way. And I also need to do my full review of the Hi-Fi Man Mini Shangri-La combination amp and headphone, and I don't think you can see it. It's sitting up there, but it's out of your view. So anyway, that's what's coming up in the next month or so, and I will try to get back on schedule with my videos, but like I said, work has just been crazy. We've had 4 consistent wet months, and I've just had no let up in my work. I'm taking care of 16 yards. I work by myself, and average probably an acre each yard, and 16 yards per week by myself, doing my own trimming, all that. I'm just having a hard time keeping up, and I come home exhausted. The temperatures the last 2 weeks, we're having heat indexes of 110, 112, and I'm getting old and having a hard time, but I'm not in any financial position to retire right now. Wish I could. I'd become a full-time reviewer as long as my hearing holds out. But anyway, so gonna wrap this up. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll try to get some reviews out as quick as I possibly can. Thank you.